Hey guys, how you doing? Anyway, I wanted to do a little sort of a review that I had done before and give a little points of input on a product. Um, the wonderful people at Spectre Hobbies, they used to be called Dark Tower Hobbies, now they're Spectre Hobbies. I'll put up a link in the upper right for you guys. You can see I'd mentioned them before. I bought a kit from them, the winter kit, which I thought was fantastic because I was comparing it to the Citadel. You know, it's not really what you want. It doesn't give you a very good general basing, but this one actually, anyway, they came out with a new kit, urban basing kit, and I wanted to show you everything that's in it, and you know, it's amazing actually. First off, they sent me 4 products that are coming out that they're not yet released, but they were so nice to let me, you know, basically test them. Anyway, these are, you know, 4 different colors of static grass. This is sort of your very bright, typical static grass that you get, you know, different shades. Then they have these 2 shades which are almost like black and yellowish, and this one I assume is what he calls the new swamp grass. So you'd have to mix this up a little bit, but if I'm mistaken, they can correct me. But both of these I think are excellent for different shades. If you want like a murky swamp, or even if you want to, you know, that dark feel of dead grass, even possibly for this, I think is a great option. You know, the yellowing is what happens in grass. You know, it's black, and so these are great transitions to have 2 different shades of it too, so you can really vary it on a base, or even if you're doing terrain. Fantastic. I don't know if they're going to sell those in bulk or not, but that would be something. So for my death card, I'll definitely be using this type of stuff. It will definitely it will look better than, you know, what I have on, I guess for example, see, I just have regular static grass, which is almost this color, if you can see it. It might be a little bit hard just because of the thing, but anyway, these shades are really going to add depth if you're into that type of disgusting disease, Nurgle type stuff. I think those are fantastic. Anyway, that wasn't part of the kit, but you should look forward to those, because those are, I think, especially these 2 are great. These are great too, because, you know, different shades. Everyone's looking for that perfect thing to add for their army, and having multiple products, really, you can find out what you want. Next, they gave me different types of sand. You know, it's nice to have different types, from fine to coarse. It helps when you texture. And then the white field grass, I've used all of mine up for my winter kit. I already mentioned I thought it was like blonde hair. I was like, I should go cut some blonde hair, but I don't have to now, I guess. The sand's very handy mixed. I find it coming very well, especially if you're doing modeling paste. You can mix a little bit of it together, and then it'll go down really nice and smooth. Or you can just use, you know, plain PVA glue, which they actually include a little bit from. Along on those lines, the texture gel I find is really nice if you're doing, you know, small places of base, and you can put it on beforehand. You don't need to just sprinkle it on. Helps control a little bit of it. They even include some scenic resin. They included that in the other kit that I had gotten. Sorry, it's anyway. What I find about this stuff, I think it's, you know, it's great stuff. You know, it's just enough that you can use it on, like, you know, a little, you know, a squad. If you're doing that, I think it would go great if you just add, I don't know, I haven't used the new GW ink washes, but if you have old inks, something that's very watered down, you can use that to actually dye this resin. I'm trying to think. I don't have that here, but I thought, anyway, it would be great if you wanted to do, you know, you do like a little swamp, you paint green under, then you put a little green ink into it to make it murky, and then you use the swamp grass product they have to really make some Nurgle bases. I think would be great. Again, for the urban basing, they've really outdone themselves, giving you a variety of things that you can base with. First are like the diamond plates, as you can see, you know, it sort of gives that industrial feel. Great stuff. And I think this stuff's wonderful once you paint it and you dry brush it. The rubber tubing, you know, that helps. I don't think it really gives an industrial feel too much, but you know, you can be creative with this stuff and it will help out if you use it in complement, I think, with the other things they give. Always rubble cork, you know, you always can't have too much rubble. This was something that I thought was really interesting. It says rubble, but it's essentially like little crafted cast pieces. As you can see, that's a little skeleton, and similar to the GW, what they had in their little thing where it's like all Eldar and I was complaining. Well, this is like the little stuff I love, like little skulls, and then it looks like little bricks, you know, and it looks like, you know, crafted rubble. I love this type of stuff. This really makes the details on a model that you don't really see unless if you're a really good painter, you know, you can see it. You know, they put all these little details. I mean, little skull. I mean, that stuff's great. I think that's fantastic. The C-beams, I don't know, and they have I-beams over here too. These, if you don't know what an I-beam is, you can see from the thing, it looks like an eye. Let me see if I can zoom out. There you go. You can see the eye in it, and then C-beams are what they look like. They make a little C. Different varieties. I think these are great. You know, everything's built with, you know, I-beam steel buildings and stuff, and if you use it as rubble, or even if, you know, you put it really makes, you know, buildings and other things come to life. This is what I thought was, this is the brick wall. I wanted to show you this guys. You can see the brick wall on it, the little engraving. I think it's very impressive, actually. So that's something you guys can look forward to. You could even like put that up behind a miniature, and it would look like you had a brick wall behind him, you know, that was just crumbling. I mean, he doesn't have to be standing on it. You know, these are options that you have. Of course, slate. I'm a big fan of slate rock, as you can on my models. I love things standing on rocks for some reason. I don't know, maybe I like that if you feel. But I like this better than what they had in their other kit, because these are bigger slate rocks, and the other kit had very small slate rocks. So I don't know if my batch just got destroyed in the mail, but anyway, these I like this size because it gives you that heft that some of these products that they have, like this is small rubble, but sometimes if you have a bigger model, say for example, you know, you can say this one, you know, simple, you know, he's on a big rock, gives it some heft because it helps to have different variety of sizes for the scale of the actual model you're working with. Wooden stirrers, these are great. They also include a little measuring cup, so if you're doing scenic water, or you want to measure it, or if you have like a special, you know, thing you're doing, they provide bases. I mean, GW, I stick to pretty much the thing, but these are great if you play Reaper or any type of those things. I mean, they're exactly the type of rounded tops, even though some people prefer them. I like them. I just wish GW did, but I try to stick to the norms. I'm sort of a follower on some things. So I think that's great that they give you that. So you can even test your products out on that if you really want to. And then they give you this wonderful barbed wire. I mean, that's great stuff. I don't know how long it took them to get that product, but that's wonderful stuff. I mean, it's good. It's a good length that you can use, you know, just a tiny bit, maybe one loop of that on all these different models, and add that much more character. Then they have the wire mesh that's very fun, you know. And the best part about all these products is you can tell they took the time to get the scale down for miniatures, and they didn't get anything too big or too small. They really got the scale right, you know, for if you're going for about 28mm, 30mm scale models. What else did they have? I think I went over all those products. I wanted to say thanks to them for getting this stuff out to me. I haven't had a chance to really test it yet. but I wanted, oh, here they have, you know, they even provide a chain, you know, great scale. Even if, I mean, if you just get this stuff and you don't, you know, at least you know what the scale is for